Thank you for your interest in PetSitConnect. My name is Olga Wharton, and I'm one of the owners and founders of this software. This training video has been designed to go over the features of the software in general. Here I'll just go over the functions that it does, and we will be able to go over the details in separate videos. And of course, feel free to email or call me if you have any additional questions. This is the main menu screen. It is designed to look like a to-do list. The system automatically turns items to red if your attention is required. When you handle an item, you can just check it off and it will turn back to blue. You have a very good visual of what needs to be done when you log on. Let's go over these items now. View web requests here is where all online reservations come to. When a client fills out a request form on your website, you have an option to link it to your account on PetSitConnect. Both new and existing clients are queued here at first. This is where you use our automated scheduling system, and we'll go over it in detail later. And in our example here, it is in red because it tells me that more than one new request came in since the last time I worked this queue. Once you're done handling them, the letters will turn back to blue, giving you a visual that you don't have anything new here to work on. View follow-up notes. It is a list of reminders to yourself or staff. You can create these notes directly from a client's account and specify the date when you need it to pop up in red for you. You can also create generic notes here. It's a good way to organize your reminders, making sure you won't miss a deadline and is directly linked to your client database. We'll go over it in detail in a separate video. First, visit notifications. Here you will find a list of all assignments that are starting tomorrow. You can email reminders to both clients and sitters from here. You can also add an option for telephone reminders as well. Incompleted visits. This feature gives you a list of all visits that have not been checked off as completed by your sitters. Failed payment information. This feature pulls up those customers that either don't have a credit card on file or their credit cards have been rejected. It is, however, disabled for those pet sitting companies that don't process credit cards. Sitters with new jobs scheduled. This is an amazing feature and it has a lot of programming running in the background. It will pull up a list of pet sitters who have received new jobs that are starting within the next 3 days. But the system will pull up only those who have not logged in to see their schedules since you've added those visits. So we are assuming that if they didn't log in, they may have not seen their schedule and they may need to be followed up with. I personally follow up only with those who have a job coming up today or tomorrow, and it will be in red, of course, since I like visual tracking with colors. This feature is just a safety net to make sure that no visits are missed. New client queue. This is a place that tracks your processes of signing up new clients. The client is added to the new client queue when they first call or email you or when they fill out a request online. You map the client, locate the best sitter, and send out a greeting email. You set up a meeting and send out a meeting confirmation to the client and sitter, giving the client a link to add their own information online themselves. After the meeting with the sitter takes place, you schedule visits for that client. You have all this information in one place. All letters that go out to the clients or sitters are already designed for you, but you can change them as much as you want to. And if any information is missing, you'll get a visual change of color to red, of course. You will absolutely love this feature when we go over it in detail in a separate video. Invoice clients. This is how the process works. You schedule visits that are listed on that client's account. They're just floating on the account. You have three options to get paid for these visits. The payment is due either before they start, when they start, or after they're finished. Each time when you schedule a set of visits, you can automatically program those visits to be bundled into an invoice that becomes due at any date you specify. The system does all the work for you, pulling all payments that are due on a daily basis. You can easily see who owes you what every day and track your payments, whether they're by credit cards, check, or cash. Which takes us to the next screen. Process payments. With the click of a button, you run credit card payments or post checks and cash to client's account. Each time a payment is processed, the client is emailed a receipt for their records. If the payment has failed, that information is now communicated to you through failed payment information. Now you can just email a link to the customer that they can use to securely enter their payment information directly into the database. Submit timesheets. You have an option to either submit the timesheets for your pet sitters or have them submit their own. This process is very smoothly automated because it pulls up only those visits that have been checked off as completed, and you can specify any date range for the visits. Once the timesheet is submitted, an email is sent to the pet sitter and the owner. Update credit card information. This feature turns red if one or more of your clients submitted their updated credit card info using the link you emailed to them. With a click of one button, you simply import that information into your database. Once you've imported the information, the feature turns back to blue. You can search your clients by name, address, phone numbers, or pets' names. Here is how the search engine looks. Pretty straightforward. Here is an example of a client's record. You can view the customer's account, schedule a new job, enter notes for this client, and update their information and pets. The notes in red are visible only to the administrator or the scheduler. Nobody else will see those notes, and they can be deleted and changed. Our mapping system is unbelievable. You can pull up all active pet sitters visually displayed on your map. Or you can also pull up all active job applicants if you're needing to hire someone for that client real quickly. Here's an example of a map that pulls up when you click on that link. All green icons are the pet sitters and the yellow one is the client. Once you click on a pet sitter, it will pull up its name and it will also indicate the distance between the client and that pet sitter. That way you can see who is who and how far away they are from the client that you need to take care of. If none of the active sitters are available and you have time to hire someone new, you can check out all job applicants that have been stored in your database. You can view their application by clicking on the green icons and see how far away they are from the client. This feature allows you to automatically generate a link and email it to the client so they can submit their credit card information. This link adds the credit card that they enter and it adds it directly to their account. This area of the page lists each and every set of visits and which pet sitter did the job. You can easily visually locate a backup pet sitter based on the client's history. I personally would always try to use the same backup person who took care of that client in the past. And this feature allows you to see that all at a glance. Here is just another way to get into your new client queue. We'll go over the details in a separate video, and you will be amazed how easy and streamlined this process has become. Schedule button here is pretty self-explanatory. You can view your schedule by day, week, month, or by sitter. This section is priceless for those who manage pet sitters working for them. You'll be able to see and edit pet sitters' information. They can reset their passwords if they forget theirs. You can view their activity by date and by client. You can view a map of all your sitters. You will use the timesheets for payroll. You can monitor who logged on and when. Manage new sitter applications is priceless for me. I can now electronically store all the applications and contact the potential customer candidates either manually or automatically when I need to narrow down the pool. We'll talk about this in detail in a separate video, and I'll show you the process that I have designed that works really well for me. I'm confident you will find it very useful. This is the area where you can customize your company's information. I will go over that in detail in a separate video. The reports section is never going to be obsolete. We have a handful of reports that we have designed over time, but this list keeps growing every year. Our goal is to design a list of customizable reports that can be exported into Excel so that each company can do their own data crunching. We're very flexible and willing to work with each and every company to expand this list so that everyone can benefit from it. Being aware of what's happening in your business is a key to success. And we want you to be very successful in doing what you love. Please do not hesitate to contact me if you have any questions or need anything at all. Thank you for your time.